Good morning, guys. Today I'm at a small nature resort at Dambulla. It's called Wild Grass. It's a very beautiful place. I thought of bringing this video because in the morning when I went for a walk, I saw several red bottle ducklings. In Sinhalese, of course, it is more commonly known as the Kerala. And there are so many interesting facts about the birds in Sri Lanka, the folklore, the legends, and today I'll be sharing my knowledge in respect of this red bottle lapwing. Now, there are two types of lapwings in Sri Lanka. That is the red bottle lapwing, which we commonly see. Mostly, it is seen even in the suburbs and even in Colombo, where there is a small water hole or sufficient wooded area for the bird. The other variety is the yellow wattle lapwing, which is very rarely seen. But of course, one visiting Yala or Vilpattu or Udawalawe can generally see the yellow wattle lapwing. There is not much of difference between the two birds. The yellow wattle has a yellow beak, and the red wattle has a red beak. Now, a friend of mine once told me that the people who are used for chain cultivations are generally of the view that they can know in the night as to which animal has come to the hena or the chain from the cry of the red bottle lapwing. Now, this theory I asked from a friend of mine also, and he, a person who knows about birds very much, he also confirmed it. It is also a general known thing about among the Redda community as well. Now, what they say about the red bottle lapwing is that if the red bottle lapwing is flying at a very low height, that is, now generally we know that when the red bottle lapwing is rearing the young, or they have laid eggs, they are very protective of their young, so they will keep coming to the same nest, and they will be protecting the nest at all costs. Now, what the red bottle lapwing will do is, whenever animal comes close to the nest, it will start making its threatening gestures, and they will be flying overhead. Now, if it is a small animal, we'll say hog or deer or even a leopard that has come to the area, the lapwing will always, or the Kerala will always fly at a very low level, that is at ground level, just above the animal who had come. So the early people, or the indigenous people, or even the people in the villages, they know that if the red bottle lapwing, now I'm talking about the night, now at around 1 o'clock, now it's so dark, nobody can see, but they will know that if the red bottle lapwing is flying at low height, then it is generally a small animal which has come into the arena or the area or the garden in which the house is situated, or they are protecting. If it's a hyena, the people who are in the watch huts will know that it's a small animal if the red bottle lapwing is flying at a very low height. Now, if an elephant has come, generally it is said that the red bottle lapwing will travel twice the height of an elephant. So, if an elephant is about 10 feet or 9 feet height, if the red bottle lapwing is flying at around 20 feet, then the people definitely will know that it is an elephant that has come to the hyena. So now this is a very good indication of the general folklore and the knowledge of these locals. Now, supposing they are sleeping at night and they hear the Kerala flying at about a height of 20 feet and making threatening gestures, then generally the idea is that an elephant has come into the hyena. Now, of course, if it is a man, the Kerala will always be flying at a height at least about 4 or 5 times the height of a man. So if the Kerala is flying and making uh, threatening gestures at a height of about 40 or 50 feet, or around 30 or 35 feet, then that means it's a person who had come into the hena. So a person who is sleeping in a watch hut will definitely know as to what type of animal has come to the hena by just listening to the Kerala's voice. So this was a very interesting fact, and we put this theory into a test when we were camping at Kalivillu at Vilpattu. And my friend Channaika Nayaka, who knew this very well. Now there are some birds making noises. It's very nice to hear them. I believe it's a white-browed bulbul. In any event, my friend and myself, we put this theory into the test, and at night we made an attempt. You know, we can't differentiate sometimes as to in which height the Kerala is flying, but we tried to do this, and this theory was actually a 100% accurate theory, because now whenever it was a wild goose that had come into our campsite, the Kerala will always be flying at a very low height and making threatening gestures if they come close to the nest. But when the elephants came, now we had our campsite at a place where the elephants would be using to go to the Kalivillu, and at around 2 o'clock the first night there were elephants, and we noticed that the Kerala was flying at a height of about 20 feet and making threatening gestures. It immediately gave the signal that it was an elephant. Now of course there were not people coming, but then since those two aspects were accurate, I believe the third aspect in respect of people is also accurate, as the Vedda people, or the Vedda community, which I call them indigenous people, or the people who are in the watch huts, say. So this local knowledge is very important, and I'll be bringing these kinds of videos in future, so that we can share our knowledge in respect of these words. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.